Back to work. First day back after getting back from Nashville. And it feels good. Get back to doing some photography. You didn't think I'd forget this, did you? No way. Not the first day back. So I'm not actually just gonna have you watch me do a session. I do have something to talk about today. I just got back from the imaging convention. There were 10,000 photographers at this convention, but Canon was the only camera manufacturer there. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the intro, it's kind of getting back to work today and rolling up our sleeves and starting to do some photography again, which is real exciting after traveling in the last couple of weeks. You may be able to hear it in my voice too. I've been under the weather a little bit, so it's been a heck of a time. But as I'm getting back to work and setting up for sessions and shooting today, something about the imaging convention a couple of weeks ago really sticks in my mind as being pretty important, and I wanted to make this video about it to tell you my thoughts on it. We had a convention of over 10,000 photographers in one place, and Canon was the only camera manufacturer that had a booth set up. I was surprised, many of my friends were surprised, and it really generated a lot of thoughts in my head about what this means, what's going on. And I wanted to share them with you, and I think some of my comments may be a little unpopular, especially if you're not a Canon user, but I'm going to go ahead and say them anyway because there was a statement made that Canon was the only manufacturer who stood up in front of 10,000 professional photographers. Okay, let me start with this. As professional photographers, our cameras are not toys. They're not luxuries. They're our tools. We have to have them. They have to work day in, day out, and they have to do the job. At the same time, they can't be allowed to become the focus of what we're doing because our subject, who we're photographing, will suffer if that happens. It's not a game. It's about the subject and delivering good photography. So you can't be focused on the camera when you're trying to deliver a product. Professional photographers need their suppliers of all their tools and their cameras, of course, to understand this special need we have. We need high performance, we need top quality, and we need it to be darn near invisible. We can't be lumped in with hobbyists because both the hobbyists and the professionals will have a great disservice. Hobbyists will be dragged up to places they don't really want to go and spending money they don't really need to spend, and professionals will be minimized and they won't have that understanding when they're purchasing a tool as they should. Now, amateur photographers, don't run away from me here because what I'm going to talk about here really affects you every bit as much as it affects me as a professional. That's why I wanted to make this video. Every year, we have this large equipment expo that all of these photographers come to, many looking forward to see the latest and greatest in equipment of all kinds, but to be able to get their hands on it, to be able to look at it, to see it demonstrated, to actually maybe even use it because of what I just said. You've got to have that confidence that it's the right tool for the job. And they often come cash in hand to this exposition. Now, why wouldn't all the camera manufacturers want to be there? Okay, so what's up with this? Well, of course, I've heard rumors, 10,000 photographers get together in one place, you're going to hear a lot of chatter. One of the things I heard often was, it's not worth it for the camera manufacturers to come. What? 10,000 photographers and it's not worth it for a camera manufacturer to have a booth? I know it's expensive, I understand that, but let's break this down a little bit here. These photographers all have to buy equipment. We have to. We don't have a choice. And it's not about the cameras. Most of the exposition actually is about all of the other stuff. Lighting, backdrops, you name it. A lot of print materials. It's about so much more than just the cameras, but it is about the fact that we need it. We need the gear. And if we're considering a professional camera from Canon, Nikon, Sony, whoever, I'm damn sure going to want to put my hands on it before I spend a few $1,000s to get it some kind of way. And this is just about the best way to do it. So I'm not understanding how it can't be worth it. What I am understanding is how manufacturers prioritize professional cameras. So what do I mean by prioritizing it? Well, it means being there for the professionals, prioritizing your professional cameras and your relationship with the photographers to be there for them. This is a hard thing to say, especially in this profession. But I've got to say it. It's not necessarily about having the absolute best camera. It's about having the best relationship with who you're selling it to. I'm going to say that again. Canon, in many cases, many people will make the arguments that they don't have the absolute best camera. But they were there for me. They were there to answer questions. They were there to talk to me. They spent time on me without me guaranteeing I was going to buy anything. I could see everything they had. And for me, that is a relationship. And the relationship implies that Canon prioritizes professional cameras. It doesn't mean they don't sell everything else. But what does it mean for the other manufacturers? I have to say, again, if you're not a Canon user, I'm probably going to get rocks thrown at me in the comments, but their product lines are level, right? They sell professional cameras, great ones. Sony, Nikon, they have great cameras. But by not showing up for the professionals, they are telling me that their emphasis is level. From every level of photography, they just want to sell the cameras. They weren't there for us. I'm sorry, that's just what I saw. Does that mean their cameras aren't really great? No, not at all. Does it mean I might not know as much about them as I should to consider a purchase? Yes, it does. So you're just an amateur, an enthusiast who loves photography. What does this mean for you with buying a camera? Well, if you're not a professional, what this is telling me in the industry is most of the industry is leveling down and leveling across, where they value all sales as being equal. So you really can't go wrong. It's when you move into the pro ranks that you need support that some of the other manufacturers, I hate to say it, may not be there for you. I don't know. Maybe they support sports photographers or wildlife photographers better in some other conventions or something like that. I don't know. But Professional Photographers of America brings 10,000 photographers to an expo. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is a statement about the industry. It's my view of the statement of the industry. You may say I'm totally out of my tree, but I know how I felt. And I felt glad that I shoot Canon when I was at the expo. Guys, this is what I think. I hope you've gotten something out of this video. I think I might get a lively discussion out of this. I welcome it. Thanks for coming to the channel once again. Thank you. Until the next video, cheers.